Hello, and thank you for joining us today for Laurel Business Today. My name is Alicia Fields, and I'm your host. Today, we are in the shop of Bellevee Jewelry Collection located at 356 Main Street. We're going to talk to the owner, Victoria Bell, a little bit later on in the show. Right now, I want to talk to you about what's happening on Main Street. Partnerships abound on Main Street, and the city of Laurel could not be more excited. We understand that strong economic development is in the foundation of building relationships. Aroma Lounge is in the process of visiting many of our Main Street restaurateurs to provide food service to her customer base as she looks to open up in late spring. Also, Marilyn's Design Studio is forging a new partnership with Grace Boutique at 401 Main Street. Marilyn's Design Studio is located at 154 Lafayette Avenue, and that's where she prepares original designs and some lookalikes for those designer-inspired items that we see on the runway. Those will be offered to Grace Boutique clientele very, very soon. In addition to that, the Laurel Board of Trade is going off Main Street to establish relationships and partnerships. They're working with the new Town Center to establish a partnership for the upcoming Main Street Festival, as well as some other annual events that they're hosting. In addition to that, the Laurel Board of Trade is also working with the new Magnificent Body Owners. That is located at 8101 Sandy Spring Road, and they're looking forward to hosting yoga in the park during the spring and summer months when we're having our Main Street Farmers Market. The City of Laurel's Office of Economic Development will be partnering with the Laurel Museum for a spring tour of new businesses here on Main Street. It's a twist on their traditional tour, which usually features the historic buildings on Main Street. We are going to start at the old, that is now new, at Oliver's Old Town Tavern, and conclude the tour at the new Olive on Main. And finally, the City of Laurel's Office of Economic Development is now on Facebook. Be sure to check our Facebook page regularly for dates of upcoming events, news for the businesses in Laurel, as well as anything else that you're looking for in terms of updates for what's happening on Main Street. And more important, be sure to like us. Now let me introduce you to my guest today, Ms. Victoria Bell, owner of Bellevee Jewelry Collection. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. We've been talking about this for quite a while now, haven't we?
Yes, we have.
I'm glad we were finally able to make it happen.
Thank you.
And it's perfect timing too, because it's spring and you've got the most beautiful spring collection happening here at Bellevee Jewelry.
Well, thank you for that.
Absolutely. I wanted to start out asking, why Main Street?
Lived in Laurel for over 25 years, and I was looking for a place to open my consignment shop. And one day I just happened upon Main Street, and I was referred to a place across the street, 349. I went over there to look at the space, and it was actually a little too large for me. 600 square feet was a little too large for what I needed. I wasn't sure what I needed at that time. I saw across the street a for lease sign in the window, and I ran over here and saw the niches in the window. Oh, wow. I said, oh, I'm going to open a jewelry store. Had no idea that I would open a jewelry store.
Now, were you making jewelry before you saw the niches, or were the niches your inspiration to start making jewelry?
Well, actually, I was making jewelry before, because maybe a year prior I had left Comcast after 18 years, and I stepped out on faith. And at that time, a friend of mine actually told me, come to my house tonight. I'm going to show you how to make some money. And I had no idea what she was going to show me. Went to her home, and she had all this beautiful jewelry, and I got so excited. And she said, Vicki, I made everything you see, and I'm going to show you how to make it.
That's wonderful. And so is she your mentor in this jewelry making experience?
Well, actually she was. For 3 hours, she showed me how to make jewelry, and I ran home and went on Google and Amazon.com, ordered every book I could get my hands on. I actually ordered all the DVDs I could get my hands on. So I just wanted to dive into it to see what where this was going to take me and what was going to happen next.
So basically, you're self-taught.
Yes, I am.
That's wonderful. And so we're going to have an opportunity to see a little bit later on you to do something special for us to see exactly how the technique works. But I have to say, you have some really beautiful pieces for someone who is self-taught and has only been doing it for a short while, right?
Yes.
How long has it been?
It's going on 2 years now.
2 years.
2 years.
And we could find any of these pieces in any Macy's or Nordstrom or any place like that. Speaking of that, have you thought of doing any providing of services to larger stores?
Well, I haven't reached out to them just yet. I'm still small and I'm still growing, trying to figure out where I'm going from here.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and what about working with any of the local stores to provide them with some of your jewelry so that they might be able to sell for you as well?
Well, actually, I've had a conversation with Grace Boutique, Miss Audrey at Grace Boutique.
Okay.
And she offered me an opportunity to come in and sell some of my jewelry, so I took her on. And we actually did a little show, one of her first Friday events.
Oh, that's right.
And that was a good thing. And then my daughter used to have across the street, Basket Treats by Alexis Street. She actually used to have every third Thursday she used to have an event. Mm-hmm. So I actually set up over there as well. So I'm learning my way around and getting to meet people.
Well, you mentioned Grace Boutique's First Friday, and I have to say that Audrey Sturdivant has been really good about having what she calls pop-up shops, where she has folks like you to come in and maybe some other people who don't necessarily have a brick and mortar space.
Right.
And so that's been a wonderful experience for Main Street, and certainly it's been great to have you participate in that way. One thing that I talked about at the top of the show were partnerships, and how partnerships help to secure the economic development. And that's just priceless. It's a wonderful thing that you're doing with that.
Yes,
now, I did want to also ask you about your space here. Now, I know you said that after looking at the space across the street, you identified this as a perfect space, and I must say, it is a perfect space for you. And you've decorated it beautifully. You and your daughter have a wonderful design aesthetic.
Thank you.
And something has been happening over the course of the last several months with you that happens with other businesses as well, and that is that the actual building had been up for sale, and the space next to you had been vacant for quite a while, and I know that had you in a funny space in terms of even participating with the signage grant in order to get signage because of the uncertainty of that. And certainly that is a very real situation that not just you have experienced, but other businesses experience as well.
Right.
And I wanted to ask you, did you have a plan B, or what was that feeling like?
Well, actually, because of where I am in my religion, or should I say my relationship with God, I was calm. I turned it over to Him. I took it to the altar, and I just went from there. Now, actually, Miss Audrey, Grace Boutique, up the street, has quite a few suites that she's willing to lease out. And I went and talked to her, spoke to her about one of the spaces. So I have a secure space if this space goes away.
That's wonderful. Well, she does have 7 rooms in that space up
yes,
there.
she does.
It's a good thing that she would be willing to share space with you in that way.
She's absolutely wonderful.
She is. She is. And she's wonderful across the board. Now, we do have good news, however, and that is that space next door has recently been leased.
Hallelujah.
And how happy are you right now?
I'm ecstatic. I can't tell you how happy I am. They are such nice people, and to have a cafe move in next door, that will be fantastic, because I won't have to go far for lunch.
Right. Absolutely. Now let me ask you, where do you go and get your gems from? Because your gems are beautiful, and they are so diverse. They're diverse in color, they're diverse in shape, and seemingly weight. How do you pick your gems, and where do you go to get your gems?
Well, I actually go to the International Gem Show. It comes maybe 7 times a year to this area.
Okay.
And I really love going to the show in Chantilly, Virginia. Virginia has about 3,000 vendors. It's one of the largest venues, and I really enjoy myself there. You could get lost. You could get lost in all the gems and beautiful jewelry that they have. So I go out there with the thought in mind. I always update myself with what's going on right now with fashion and what people are wearing. And as they said, pearls are in this summer. So pearls will be very hot. Black and white is in. So I'm looking for different things when I go. And every now and then I'll see something that's not aligned with the flavor of the week. But I'll pick it up if it's different. I love different stuff.
That's wonderful. Now, let me ask you, so with these gym shows, are you only able to go because you have a license, or is anyone able to go to the gym shows?
Well, actually, anybody could go. I take a few girlfriends with me, yes, but I go behind the wholesale section where you have to show your license, and I get my girlfriends stamped so they can come back after they finish shopping on the main floor.
They must have a good time.
They have a wonderful time. They're gone for 2-3 hours because I go for 3 hours straight looking for gyms, looking for gyms.
Okay, fantastic. Yeah. Well, speaking of that, now do you have a special section that you get to go to though, because you are a licensed person, or is it all open to everyone?
Well, it's kind of open to everybody.
Oh, okay.
I mean, if you have a friend, you could take them back there. But I have 5 specific people that I go to every time the show comes to town. And they know me. We have a relationship, and we've actually developed a relationship to where I know she's going to spend quite a bit of money, so I'm going to be good to her and give her a better price.
Okay, well that's good. And so now we did have an opportunity to pull some of your jewelry here, and I wanted to be able to show people just how beautiful and how professional your pieces are. And you did tell me that your favorite piece, your favorite gemstone to work with is this one, and that's a beautiful piece.
This is golden quartz, and it's got gold hematite. I love this. Look at the stones. It's absolutely beautiful.
That is beautiful.
I fell in love with the stones years ago. It has to be about 15 years I've been in love with gemstones, and because of the naturalization and the beauty in them, I love them. I absolutely love them.
So you had a love for the stones prior to actually learning how to make the jewelry.
I certainly did.
You just learned how to make the jewelry 2 years ago.
That's right.
So it was a natural for you.
Yeah.
So it seemed like the universe came together basically.
Because
it was very unexpected.
Right.
You were retiring from Comcast, and a friend of yours introduced you to making jewelry, and you had already had a love for the gemstones.
Loved it, loved it, loved it. And she knew it when she introduced me to how to make jewelry. Yeah, she knew just what I loved.
That's when a plan comes together. That's when the universe is working in your favor.
Yes, it is.
So this is where you're supposed to be.
Yes, it is.
And we're happy to have you here on Main Street.
I'm ecstatic. I'm ecstatic.
So right now you're going to take out some time and show us a little something, right?
Just a little something.
Just a little something. Okay, so let's do that.
All right.
All right then.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Tell me what you're doing now.
Well, I'm making a pair of earrings with this purple agate, which is very pretty here. I've already prepared the bottom part of the earring, and now I'm making the top part.
Okay.
And you loop this over, stick that in, finish looping it.
Now, how does something like this wear on your hands over time?
Oh, wow. They told me I had carpal tunnel. It really can wear on you. I had carpal tunnel a year or so ago. So I went to the Laurel health food store, and I got me some omega-3 fish oil. And it actually helped, and I don't have that problem anymore.
Well, that's so funny because you hear that omega-3 is really good for you, and are you giving us a live testimonial now that omega-3 is the way to go?
Omega-3 is the way to go. When you guys leave here, I'm going to get me some more omega-3.
Wow. And is it just, now did you need to seek any medical assistance with that?
I had all kind of tests. I went to all types of neurological doctors. Tongue won't say that. But yeah, I had all kind of tests, and it proved that I had carpal tunnel.
And omega-3 was the answer?
Didn't know it was. They didn't tell me.
Okay.
I decided to try it out.
Okay. Was it recommended to you by the owner of the Laurel Health Food Store?
I asked her about it when I saw a commercial on TV, and she said, yeah, Miss Vicki, I advise you to try it out. I tried it out. I actually have the bottle back there that I'm using. And I tried it out, and it actually worked. I can bend my thumb now. My hands no longer stick, and I don't have problems making the loops.
That's awesome. That's awesome, because I could see how that would handicap you from your profession.
Yeah, it was a problem for a while, but I'm a trooper. I still push forward. Even with my hands hurting, I still made jewelry. Still made jewelry.
Now, what stone is this that you're working with?
This is purple agate. And as you can see, it's a vibrant agate. Very pretty, very pretty.
That is very pretty.
But that's the finished product. All I have to do is put the hook on it, and you will have a pair like this.
Wow.
And something like this, really simple, $12. Can't beat the price.
Can't beat the price. And is this a what kind of a gemstone is this? Is this a semi-precious? Is this precious? What category is that? Does that
All
fall
of my
in?
stones in my shop are semi-precious gemstones.
Okay.
I'm a Class B jewelry store.
Okay.
Class A jewelry store would have diamonds, emeralds, rubies, things of that sort. And I
Okay.
don't have those kind of stones.
And so now you had said that purple can't stay in the store.
Purple just it flies off the shelf. Flies off the shelf. People love purple. No matter what I have, they love it. I made this purple bracelet to go with it yesterday morning.
That's beautiful. That's
and
beautiful.
It's simple, but it's absolutely beautiful. You can come in and buy this and this for about $50. You got a wonderful outfit.
Now, ironically, this is the season of purple because it's the Easter season.
That's right.
And purple is the royal and the religious color, if you will. So I would imagine that you're going to have a heightened number of people wanting to take advantage of all of your purple gemstones. Are you looking forward to making extra purple gemstones, more than you would ordinarily have on the shelves because of that?
Well, I'm going to go home and see what I have because the stock is dwindling a little bit, and it's hard to find the stones that you actually want when you go to the gem show.
So it's time for another show.
Yes, it is. But
that means a girlfriend's trip, just so that I understand.
That's right.
Okay.
But I did want to show you in my shop. You can come in and you'll find most of the purple, browns, the blues together.
So you have
greens.
them color coordinated.
I have them color coordinated. You have another outfit over here. And, you know, whatever color you have or you have on your mind that you'd like to try out, come on in.
So this works for me for what I've got going on today.
Wonderful. Absolutely beautiful.
I might have to walk out with these.
This is Amazonite.
Amazonite. Well, thank you so much for sharing your skill with us, and we're happy to have you here on Main Street, and we look forward to you being here for many, many, many more years. That is the objective of the Economic Development Program, and certainly the efforts of the City of Laurel to have businesses that have staying power so that we can eliminate our turnover here on Main Street. And now that you have a neighbor, it looks like that we might have some success with that.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I also wanted to mention that I have a Facebook page, Bellevee Jewelry.
Oh, yes.
Facebook page. I also have a website, belleveejewelry.com. And I also have
a phone number.
A phone number. It's 301-490-3908.
And to that, don't forget to like us on Facebook at Laurel EDP at Facebook.com. Thank you for joining us today. Thank you,
so
Vicki.
much.
Absolutely.
It's been absolutely wonderful.
Thank you.